know, this isn't the first time the clock has been off the wall.
Oh, really?
And it won't be the last. Yeah.
That's right. We discussed that last meeting.
I-
All right, we'll go ahead and open the meeting at 6:30. Please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, we'll go to Angela for the roll call.
Commissioner Wolthius,
Here.
Commissioner Wood,
Here.
Commissioner Journey,
Present.
Commissioner White,
Here.
Commissioner Graybill.
Here.
And Commissioner Melcher let us know that she would not be here tonight, so we have a quorum.
All right. Well, we'll move to public comment. This is an opportunity for any members of the public to address the Planning Commission on topics that are not listed on the agenda. We have no public comment, so we'll move on to our meeting minutes from our meeting on November 21st. I did see one correction. It was just grammatical error on the commission discussion, where it says, that and it should be and understands the constraints of the property limiting the design.
Okay.
I hope this doesn't sound like it might sound, but in the
Let it out.
in the text on the second page where there's just discussion about like the third paragraph, commissioner, the person representing Mosaic is addressed in his first name and everybody else is in their last name.
That was yeah, I typically try to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go down the paragraph, it's Jeremy, Jeremy, Jeremy.
Usually when I'm typing during a meeting, I just do it really quickly. So yeah, thank you.
And I see a Commissioner Graybill in that, that same paragraph right on the edge there. That's double I instead of double L.
Wow.
Oh,
You've been sleeping this time.
Well, you had me looking at that. I didn't get it the first time through.
So when you approve the minutes, you'll need to approve with corrections.
Okay.
I move to approve the meeting minutes from November 21st, 2024 with stated corrections.
Second motion.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. They're approved. All right. So now we'll move on to our first order of business. We'll open the hearing for goodness. Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, it's
Oh.
on the summary.
There it is. I'll open the public hearing for the housing production strategy at 6:34. The applicable substantive criteria are listed in the staff report. Testimony, arguments, and evidence must be directed towards the criteria described or other criteria in the plan or land use regulation, which the person believes to apply to the decision. Failure to raise an issue accompanied by statements or evidence sufficient to afford the decision maker and parties an opportunity to respond to the issue precludes appeal to the Land Use Board of Appeals based on that issue. All right, we'll move on to our declarations by the commission. Does anyone have any personal bias?
No.
No,
No.
I have none. Any conflicts of interest?
no,
No.
I have none. Any ex parte information?
no.
No.
I have none. So now we will go to Angela for the staff report.
Thank you, commissioners. As you can see, I have a lot of papers right in front of you. So there were some corrections made. Thank you to Commissioner Journey for catching a few things. This is the updated production strategy that will be presented to City Council. There's also the slideshow that they're going to present to City Council. They could not make it. We originally were going to do a joint meeting that we weren't able to do that. And so they sent me the information that they were going to present to council. So what I'm going to do this evening is just briefly give a summary of the process. And then if you have any additional questions, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to answer about the process, but you could bring them to the City Council on Tuesday. Otherwise, what we are looking for is a recommendation from the Planning Commission to the City Council for approval and reading of the first, or doing the first reading. So I will go through the summary. So this is for Legislative Amendment 24-02. The purpose is to hold a public hearing to adopt the 2024 Housing Production Strategy and text amendments to Sweet Home Comprehensive Plan, Chapter 4, Residential Lands and Housing, and conduct the first reading of Ordinance Number 6 for 2024. Adopting the housing production strategy and making changes to the city comprehensive plan shall improve the quality of development for current and future residents and businesses without overly burdening the property owners and developers in a way that is clear, consistent, and does not require significant staff interpretation. In addition, a stable solution will be consistent with the city policies and goals. The background, the legislative amendment LA 24-02 consists of the 2024 Housing Production Strategy and text amendments to the Sweet Home Comprehensive Plan, Chapter 4. The proposed text amendments were identified by the consultants based on data provided by staff and feedback from the Planning Commission. The following is a timeline of meetings associated with this project. May 28th, 2024, there was a public roundtable with staff and the consultants. June 20, 2024, public roundtable with staff and the consultants. October 8th, 2024, Planning Commission and the City Council joint work session. October 28th, 2024, staff submitted LA 24-02 to the DLCD PAPA. November 27th, 2024, notice published in the New Era. December 5th, 2024, the Planning Commission will hold a public hearing on the proposed text amendments, and then December 10th, 2024, City Council, if recommended by the Planning Commission, the City Council will hold a public hearing regarding the legislative amendment and will conduct the first reading. Your options are: number 1, recommend application LA 24-02 and ordinance number 6 for 2024 to the City Council for adoption. Number 2, deny application LA 24-02 and direct staff to make revisions. 3, continue the public hearing to a later date and allow more time for Planning Commission to examine the proposed changes or to provide staff time to prepare amendments or additions to information. 4, take no action, leave the code as is. 4, other. Staff recommendation is to recommend application LA 24-02 and ordinance number 6 for 2024 to the city council for adoption. Short and
All
sweet.
right. Thank you, Angela.
Mhm.
We do not have applicants' testimony tonight. So we'll move on to any proponents' testimony. That is testimony from those wishing to speak in favor of the application. We have none. So we'll move to opponents' testimony, and that is testimony from those wishing to speak in opposition of the application. And we have none. So we'll move to neutral testimony, and that's testimony from those that are neither in favor nor in opposition of the application. And we have none. So I will close the public hearing at 6:39 and open it for discussion amongst the commissioners.
I think this is a really important document, and I'm really glad that we have it to present to the city council, and I hope they adopt it.
Yes, I would agree. I think the consultants put a lot of work and they were very thoughtful in recommendations, and I'm looking forward to the city council reviewing it.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
All right.
Yes, I rather like this a lot. It is so much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I will look for a motion.
I recommend application LA 24-02 and ordinance number 6 for 2024 to the city council for adoption.
I second.
All right. We have a recommendation and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? It passes. We will recommend it to the city council.
Thank you, commissioners.
All right. That concludes our business, our official business today. So we'll move now to staff report.
So a few changes, a few of you that might be on the transportation system plan, technical or public advisory committee. We were going to have that meeting next week on the 11th. The consultant asked to change it to the following week. He will be sending out a doodle poll to those of you that are on the list. There's a couple dates between the 16th, 17th, and 18th of when they're going to try to hold the meeting. So be looking for your emails for that. That'll be the next technical committee, and then that will go back into a joint work session in January is the goal. December 19th, you will hear a variance application that's coincides with a partition. And then we also have been, it was submitted a property line adjustment and partition. You guys don't see those unless they're associated with something else, but we are still getting other applications in. So, and we have a potential of another subdivision coming, probably the first of the year. So, but that is it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's Duck Hollow Phase 3.4.0. I don't even know what we're at this point, but that's what we're possibly where you have a pre-application meeting on Monday.
Mm.
So
Good.
Okay.
I had to look at you, Joe, because it started way before me, so I don't even remember.
Long time coming.
Mhm.
Anything
And
else
that's it.
the council wants to, or the commission wants to address?
Nothing. Nope.
No?
I'm good.
All right. Well, then I will adjourn our meeting at 6:42.
Short.
Short and sweet.